What is up? Good morning ish. 10:30. We'll count that as morning, right? It's good enough for me. What is up? What is up? It's a beautiful day here in Thailand. Make sure I don't got any paraphernalia behind me I forgot about. All right, we're all good. What up, TF? Up early, according to Thailand standards. You are not lying. I'm usually up around this time. It's amazing how much of the day you get back when you're not out being a drunk degenerate the night before. Am I right? Good morning, Mrs. Henkin. This is weird. It's all flipped. I'm like, are you at school on the stream? No, you're not. Jay with the $5 super chat says, coffee or trees or beer? My man. Coffee. Coffee today, I think. In Pattaya, yes. Yes, I am. Absolutely. Getting ready for bed. Sounds about right. Let me fix this bad boy real quick. What? There it is. So this is the first time I've actually streamed during the day, I think. I was thinking about it, it's like, I think it would probably be easier, because I know a lot of you guys are in the States. More people are likely to be on the internet at like 8 p.m. as opposed to 7 a.m. I know I'm not checking out a live stream at 7 a.m. unless I haven't gone to bed, and at that point, Hey, from the West Coast, what's up? Boom, I got some sweet stuff for us to check out today, dude. There's a lot going on in Thailand right now, to say the least. All the Vitality stuff, if you guys didn't know, the streamer that got arrested in the Philippines, a bunch of new updates just came out about that. I think he's starting to realize the amount of shit that he's in. So we're going to check that out and laugh at him a little bit later. And then we got some more news from across Thailand, some Songkran stuff. The Thai police now have like an AI RoboCop that they took out for the first time during Songkran. Looked absolutely wild. We are living in the future, man. It's between that and like ChatGPT. Isn't it funny how like if you don't take a step back and like look at everything, be like, oh, it's, you know, like things are more advanced, but not really. But if you really like step out and look compared to even like 10 years ago, AI alone is crazy. Like in the past 2 or 3 weeks, like I've dabbled with some ChatGPT, but in the past 2 or 3 weeks, I've like really leaned into what it's capable of, and it's insane, dude. It's insane. Especially for me, like there's a lot of, like in the creative process of YouTube, having ChatGPT to just brainstorm and like analyze so much information is, dude, it's wild. Like I can upload my entire CSV file of all my analytics for every video I've ever uploaded and then give it like parameters to find the information that I want, you know, when it comes to video performances and stuff, and then it just breaks it down into table, and it's like having a personal assistant that you don't have to pay, doesn't have to sleep, and you don't have to worry about them being overworked. It's insane. Michael Elliott, what's up, dude? 420 here in Michigan. Is it really? That can't be right. 420 is in, that makes more sense. It's like, it can't be 420. It would have to, that's like 6 p.m. here? I don't fucking know, man. It's too early. RoboCrop. Yeah, exactly. Well, I haven't. I just saw the headline. I haven't watched the video or anything yet. Who knows? It could just be a bot like standing there, but it looks. From what I read, it looks pretty crazy. Oh, also, some American like teacher guy, or he used to be like a professor at Oregon University. OU. Is that Oregon or Oklahoma? Probably Oklahoma, right? He just got charged with defamation, so we're gonna talk a little bit about that too. Blazing hard, digging the videos? Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear. Been following since 800 subs. My man. There's probably like 4 or 5 people, especially if you comment consistently, it's like easy to recognize the name, you know? And there's a steady like 5 or 6 people that are literally every video since about the same time, since like a few hundred subs. So sick. I really appreciate that. Especially because I'm not diluted in the fact that some of those videos on that journey have not been so good. It's funny, I look back at some of the older ones and it's like, it's nostalgic, but at the same time I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. And when, you know, every time I upload a video, I'm pretty much convinced that like, yo, this is a good video. And then I go back and watch some and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Not even just like the editing. The big change that I've really noticed in myself is talking on camera. Dude, it used to be like, I would just stumble over things I was trying to say. I would have to reshoot like the same 1 minute of dialogue like 10 times, seriously. So it would take me, if I had like a 10-minute video, it would take me hours to get all the way through that, just stumbling. And now I've gotten a lot better. Even a few of my YouTube friends here, if we're out filming together, they're like, how do you just get shit in one take? Like, I'll just go through a paragraph in one take. Not every time. Sometimes. It's like, if I mess it up once, okay, I could probably just go again and get it right. But if I get to the point where I've messed it up 2 or 3 times, fucking meltdown. Full-blown meltdown. It'll take me 20 minutes to get through it. I'd like to get the visa prior to the trip, show the return trip ticket. Should I get a throwaway ticket 60 days or 90 days out? No. Honestly, dude, I really avoid giving visa advice. All I can like really say with confidence is that you should look up what's the best visa for your situation, because I would hate to tell you something and that not be the way that it goes, which is very possible. At the end of the day, it comes down to the immigration officer that you're talking to, you know? Even if all your boxes are checked and you're doing things the way that the regulations are set up, they can say no. You know what I mean? It's completely up to their discretion. All I could say is like, do your best to find a visa that is working the correct way for what you want to do. And if you can avoid anything that might give you problems, do that. This is the fundraising for Da Nang. I haven't committed to where yet. I've never been to Vietnam, so I have a few friends who like swear by Da Nang, and they really suggest I go there. So honestly, it would probably, because Da Nang's up north, right? I think that's where I would home base, but I really want to go out and do like a motorbike trip up north, do like some outdoor stuff. I don't know if I'll have time to do like the whole, what's it called, the Hajiang Loop. I don't know if I'll have time to do that, but I know there's a lot of really cool like national parks and stuff up north. And yes, I want to check out Da Nang as well. One of my buddies here swears by it. He says it's like like the same vibe as Pattaya without all the hectic nonsense. So yeah, Da Nang would be cool. I also want to go to, like, I don't know, some place, because I'm really interested in like conflict history and stuff too. So I would want to be up north / down south to be able to check out some of the Vietnam War historical stuff. So I don't really know yet. It's weird not having music playing, just kind of being in the quiet, just being with my own thoughts. But I really got to try to start monetizing these. It's a bit ridiculous. I've got a lot of live replays up, and I get a lot more people actually watch them after we're live than I anticipated. So I can't play any music, which is a bummer. Hate to waste money, so I get cheap flight tickets, non-refundable. Last time I stayed for 60 days and had a flight back, but this time I like to stay for 60 and extend 30 more. As long as you get a flight out, I would assume that's within the right time period for whatever visa. I don't imagine that would be an issue. It might be worth it to just get like a flex ticket and get that one within 60 days and then just ask them when you're coming through. Be like, hey, I've got this flight out in 60 days, but I would like to extend for another 30. Would it be all right if I moved my flight and just plan to do the extension? Just ask them. Granted, I'm not an expert, but I don't see that being a problem. But I think it's for sure a good idea to have a flight out if you're going to be here on a tourist visa. The people I know that have used tourist visas pretty frequently that haven't had problems, it's because they always have a flight out within the normal amount of time. I think that's what they're mostly looking for. They just don't want people overstaying, because that's a real problem here. So they just want to, have some confidence that you're going to be out of here in the time that your visa allows, Motorbike trip sounds good. Da Nang is pretty cool. Good vacation, at least. Yeah. Everybody I know that's gone there has just gone to visit. I don't know anybody that lives there, but I haven't had any of my friends be like, oh, well, I don't like it. Everybody I know that's gone said they enjoyed it. And I think there's surfing there too, if I'm not mistaken, at least at certain times a year. So that could be cool. I didn't know. I was on the computer last night looking it up. I guess there's like every once in a while there's surfing in Rayong, about like 45 minutes south here. Granted, it's like maybe 1 meter waves when it's like the swell is on. So just like longboard stuff, but still pretty cool. I was thinking I'll get a one-way ticket and then a cheap ticket to Ho Chi Minh. You can get it Ho Chi Minh, $70, 60 days out. And if I get the 30 extension, then just toss the Ho Chi Minh ticket. Yeah, I think if you get like a flex ticket, I think it's only usually like $20 more than whatever the regular ticket is. It's only like 30% more. And then if you cancel it, you get the majority of your money back, or you can move the dates too. I think it's totally worth it. From what I heard too, they were getting rid of the 60 days. Last I heard it was you're only getting 30 days again initially, and then you can extend for another 30. I don't know, man. It's so hard to keep up. Stuff is always changing. It's another reason why I try not to give visa advice. Honestly, I'm in the same boat as you guys. Things are always changing. What worked last year might not work this year. So yeah, you'll get good waves, much different from Thai beaches. Da Nang feels like a SoCal beach. Yes, like an actual beach. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Thailand. But, I mean, it's a Gulf. It's the same thing as, like, the Gulf of Mexico in the States, you know what I mean? It's just, like, flat. It just feels like a lake. more than like an ocean. You know what I mean? Granted, if you go down to like Krabi, Phuket, if you're out there on the Ottoman Sea, there's more swell, so it's like it feels more like a beach. That and no seabirds, you know what I mean? It just really doesn't feel like a beach to me. The other night, I was smoking and I started wondering, I was like, why is there no seabirds here? So I looked it up and I was actually very surprised by why there are no seagulls and stuff in Thailand. It's because those are such big birds. They need decent amounts of wind at all times to be able to fly. Like if you guys have ever seen like a pelican or a seagull up close, they're fucking massive. So that totally makes sense. And with Thailand being so close to the equator, there's not a lot of wind. So that's why they're not here. That's why if you go south, you find them. If you go north, you find them. Super weird. I guess they do come in the winter, I think. There's some that migrate here to like the south of Thailand. But yeah, once I read that totally makes sense because yeah, there's not a lot of wind here, especially compared to somewhere like California, you know, where there's always wind coming off the water. That was one thing that surprised me when I got here too. I'm like used to California and like I spent time in North Carolina. It can be beautiful during the day, but once the sun goes down, that air coming off the water is cold. So if you want to be on the beach at night, like you have to have a hoodie. So I brought like a hoodie and stuff here thinking it was going to be the same. And then after like a week of being here, I was like, dude, it's just 85 degrees all the time. It never really cools off. There's been, I think, one time or two times out of the almost 3 years I've been in Thailand where I was like, oh, I could use a hoodie right now. And one of those was in Chiang Mai with my mom, and we were way up on like the very top of the mountain. And even then, it was only like a little bit cold when we were on the bike. As soon as you got off, it was fine. But on the bike, I was like, ooh, it's a little bit cold. It's gotten to the point now where I like wish I was cold, which is crazy because I fucking hate being cold. It's so difficult. Have money, 57. Just want to come and party for a few months without the hassles. Just want a visa to come party and then I will come home. Yeah, I mean, if you're just tourist visas, if you're not trying to live here on a tourist visa, it's not going to be an issue. You know what I mean? If you're coming to Thailand once or twice a year on a tourist visa, I don't see them giving you any problems. It's the people that have been trying to stay here for, 2 years and they've got 15 tourist visa stamps that they're like, you're obviously living here, so why are you on a tourist visa? I mean, it makes sense, really. Especially with the DTV and stuff now, like there are other options, you know? I need some fucking WD-40 on this chair. I don't understand how a plastic chair can be so goddamn squeaky. I've worn a hoodie there in Starbucks. Yeah, like if you're going to like a coffee shop or something, sometimes it's like almost miserable how good the AC is because you're outside and you're sweating. There's times when I walk into 7-Eleven and I'm like sweaty. I'm like, oh my God, it's so fucking cold. Matt, what's up, dude? Just chilling, getting the day rolling here. It's 11 a.m. here in Thailand. Just chilling for now. And then we got some interesting stuff to check out here in a little bit. Worst coffee I've ever had in my life. The instant coffees you can get here from 7-Eleven, some of them are like very surprisingly good, and then other ones are just fucking dog water. And I can never know because I always forget which one I bought before, and there's like 60 different types. Yeah, once per year, but for 2 or 3 months. Yeah, I mean, that's how long the visa is, so that's no big deal. It's the people that are like 2 or 3 months, and then they run to Cambodia and then come back. You know what I mean? And then eventually they have to fly out, and they're coming back in, and these people are like, okay, you've had 7 tourist visa stamps in the past 2 years. You're obviously living here. I think we worked together at Nightwish for a little while. A little while is right. I think I only lasted like 2 or 3 weeks. It was just like, I don't know, man. Like the pay wasn't, I couldn't justify it. And I mean, for me, my situation, like I came to Thailand to start this channel and like build something for myself to be different from what I've been doing. I've worked in bars and restaurants in America for a long time and I was over it. So it got to the point where I was in Thailand just doing the same shit. And the hours were crazy. And it got to the point where you're there for 10 hours a day and you're just bored and you drink for free. So of course you end up drinking every day. And then I'm hungover in the morning and then I've only got till like 3 p.m. before I got to go back. So it got to the point where I was just pushing off videos. I wasn't filming. And it was like, all right, cool. Did I come all the way to Thailand to work at a bar? Just not for me. Granted, if you were here and you didn't have anything else to do, live your life. It was a great way to meet people. I still have a few friends that I met while I was doing that. But besides that, just couldn't really justify it. One second, guys. I'm going to post on Instagram that we're live real quick. What? She messaged me back. Guys, I've been trying for like a month to organize a video. I want to do a video on a day in the life of a Muay Thai fighter, like a real Muay Thai fighter who's trying to go on to like one and like become a champion. I think it would be so cool because I think a lot of people just don't understand how much work these fuckers put in. And it's just like super interesting to me. I've always been a fan of combat sports. So I don't know if you guys know much about One Championship or Fairtex Gym here in Pattaya, but I messaged Junior Fairtex. She's 19, I think. She's like 7-0 right now in One Championship. She trains with a bunch of badasses. So I hit her up and was asking if she would be interested and like let me tag along and film her training for a day, interview her, blah, blah, blah. And she messaged me back. I don't know what she said yet. Can you see it? This is the top one right there. Focus, you bitch. Fuck it. But she messaged me back. So we'll have to see what she says. I'm going to wait. The suspense is killing me. Bobzilla? What's up, dude? Killa Bobzilla. That sounds like a race car name. Couldn't do the bar work. I lasted just a short of a year, but the hours and the alcohol daily was horrendous. Yeah, dude, it's just like, I can't drink that much. It's just not sustainable. I know there's a couple guys that still work there and like had been there for a couple years when I got here. So now it's been like 5 years that they've been doing that and they're like getting blasted every day. You're gonna die. You know what I mean? Like your body can't, if your body has zero time to recover, it's insane, dude. It's my gamer tag? Yeah, that sounds about right. Everybody's got like clever gang tags. Mine's just Caustic. Speaking of, if you guys want to play Marvel Rivals, let me know. That game is like, I've been trying to play ranked in like solo queues by myself without a team, and it's just like every fucking game I just get put in there with a bunch of dumbasses that just like Rivals is a team game. You have to play as a team. If you don't, you're gonna lose every single game. And the amount of people that just like, especially in ranked, if you want to fuck around, go play quick play. Like, it's ranked, dude. Like, you get rewards for ranking up. Jesus, fuck. Say you're in Pattaya or Jomtien? I'm in Jomtien. When I first got here, I lived in Pattaya for a month. Like, right off 3rd Road, pretty close to Walking Street, and I was over it. It's too hectic. Traffic's crazy. Drunk people running around screaming at all times of the night. I just couldn't do it anymore. And Jomtien is usually quite a bit cheaper too. Now, not as much, but for the most part, it's still pretty cheap. She sent multiple messages. The last ones say, then I have full training now. All right, let's see what she said. She said, hi, it looks so interesting. And if you want to do, I think perfect time because I have a fight soon. So she's in full-time training right now. All right. Oh man, if I could tag along and do both, if I could do the training, film her during the training and the fight, that would be sick. Granted, I don't know where the fight is, but right now I think she's doing Friday night fights. Thinking about getting an apartment for 2 or 3 months when I come visit instead of a hotel. You can, but those short leases, like the rates are crazy compared to if you sign a year. You know what I mean? Like if there's a condo that's $10,000 a month for a year and you only want it for a few months, they're probably going to charge like $15,000 to $18,000 a month. So it's like hotels, like they both have benefits, and I think on the short term, like hotels are gonna pretty much be the same price for the most part. Maybe not, depends on, you know, the level of hotel. But you're not gonna save a ton of money, I don't think. Seen some nice looking ones in Jomtien for $8,000. Yeah, but you have to remember a lot of those listings are for yearly contracts. $8,000 seems like I pay $10,000 a month for mine. So $8,000, that's probably with a year contract. Any shorter, it's probably going to be more than that. When I first got here, it was really easy to find places for like $7,000 or $8,000 for a year that were pretty nice. It's a bit harder now. For like the same level of condo, you're probably going to pay like $8,000 to $10,000. My last one that I was in, when I signed that lease, it was $7,000 a month, and now pretty much everybody in that building is charging $10,000, which for where I was, that's not worth it. Here, I'm okay with paying $10,000, but yeah, the last place was not worth that. It was worth $7,000, but especially like $7,000 to $10,000, that's like a 40% increase. What are we doing? Man, I hope this shit works out with Junior. I've been trying to do this video for so long. It's been hard to find like a full-time fighter that was like, one, reachable, and two, was like interested in being on video. It's like the full-time fighters, like every day, all day, it's all Muay Thai. That's it. That's all they think about. And I mean, you have to be successful. So it's like, they live at the gym, they wake up, they go on their, 10-mile run, come back, train all day, eat dinner, go to bed, wake up, repeat. Cheap hotel I stayed on in Pattaya was $330 per month, so even 10K baht is a good deal. Yeah, you could probably find a condo for about that. The only thing is, like, for $330, it's hard to say. I haven't looked at hotels here in a while. Oh, my bad. How do foreign guys get jobs in bars? Is it a normal Pattaya thing? I know it used to be really normal. Like, there was tons of foreigners that were managers, but the vast majority don't have the right visas to be doing that. And from what I understand, to be working as a manager is illegal unless you're like a business owner. Because I know like the hospitality industry, like the vast majority of it is reserved for Thais. It's a restricted industry. I think it opens up a little bit if you actually own the business. But at the same time, I've heard of owners getting in trouble because they own the business and like the police rolled up and they were in there like cleaning or taking orders or something like that, and they got in trouble. So most of the time it's not going to be legit, like to the point where I know like the system for a lot of the Soy Sticks managers was if the police are on the street, like the managers would like dip out the back of the bar. $11 per day for a hotel. Try finding that in the U.S. Motel 6 in Cali is $100 per night. Yeah, even like Super 8 is like $75 a night, which is wild. I remember being a kid and seeing those signs, and it was like $15 a night. I saw a picture the other day of a Taco Bell menu from 2011, I think, something like that. It was mind-blowing how cheap it was, dude. Like most of the things now, like the things that are still on the menu, are quadruple the price of what they were. I fucking crushed that coffee. How corrupt are the cops? I don't know, man. I do everything in my power to make sure I don't have to interact with the police. I got my driver's license. I'm all good with my visa. I got stopped a couple times for not having a license, and I had to pay those tickets. I mean, you read stuff, you hear about stuff all the time, but I don't really know personally. In the freelancer hotel, and Jesus Christ. I have a friend who came here last year, and he stayed at, where was it? It was like smack dab in the middle of Walking Street. I forget what it was called. But he was there like 2 nights, and he's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, man. I gotta get out of here. I tried to tell him. He was like, oh yeah, I want a cheap place. He's all about like the cheapest hostel, you know, wherever he can stay. He's like, yeah, I found this place. It's in Walking Street. It's like 300 baht a night. I'm staying there. And I was like, I don't know, man. And then after like 2 nights, he's like, all right, dude. Yeah, I got to get out of here. Yeah, I couldn't deal with that. There's so many of those bars and clubs on Walking Street. It's like a lot of the time the police will come through at like 4 a.m. and shut everybody down, and they'll shut down for like 2 hours. Boom, music's right back on. It's insane. I remember when I the first week I got to Pattaya, because I'm from the States, dude. Like bar and club wise, after 2 a.m. it's done, you know? In like the first week I was here, I went to Tree Town and I was hanging out over there drinking stuff. I went to get a kebab from this girl that was working there. Got the kebab, whatever, started talking to her. I was like, yeah, what time do you get off? Let's hang out, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh, I don't get done till like 4 a.m. And I was like, all right, here's my number, whatever. Text me when you're finished. So she does. Text me when she's finished. We go to another bar somewhere, and long story short, it ends up being like 8 a.m. At this point, I've still never been to Walking Street. Like, I had just gotten to Pattaya. She's like, oh, let's go here. I know this place where you can go drink. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. We get down to Walking Street, and like the actual street is like empty. There's nobody there. It looks like everything's closed. We walk down, and then we turn the corner to go into Mist. And if you guys have never been there, it's like you go off the main street, and then there's just like this little alleyway. It's all covered. There's no windows, nothing. It just looks super suspect, especially when it's empty. So we start walking down there, and I'm following her. I'm like, man, I've been here like 3 days. I'm about to get robbed already. This girl's cute, whatever. Fuck it. So we round the corner, and they open the doors to Mist, and it is just completely packed, wall to wall, lasers, music's fucking banging, and it was like 8:30 in the morning. I was like, what the fuck? And I don't think I ended up leaving till like 10 a.m. I don't think they go that late anymore, but Jesus Christ, dude. It blew my mind. I was like, this many people are still out here partying at 8 in the morning? There was a few times when I left Walking Street and it was daylight out. Taking that taxi home with no sunglasses after you've been out all night, fuck. At the Freelance for 3 weeks, it wasn't bad. Is that what it's called? Is it called the Freelance Hotel? The Freelancer Hotel Pattaya. Wow, that's hilarious. 3.1 stars, 52 Google reviews. Let's read some of these reviews just for the lulz. $499 baht a night, according to Google. You could probably get it for 300 on a trip.com or something. The hotel is normal. Hot water flows immediately. There are dishes, a kettle, and even a pool table at reception. Bed's comfortable. I am traveling 1 month in 45 different countries. It is the worst place I stayed. It's funny how, like, the contrast. You can definitely tell what type of travelers some people are. However, some amenities, including showers, hairdryer, and shower doors, were not well maintained. Prices were extremely low, especially with places like this. 400 baht a night. What do you expect? That's $11. It's crazy. No hot water shower in the room. That would be a bummer. It, like, AC and hot water. Those are, and like no bugs. If there's no bed bugs, no mosquitoes getting in the room, AC and hot water, I could pretty much deal with anything after that. Will never stay here again in my life. Had 9 nights stay here. First night, someone walked in my room from a different room and tried to help themselves to my fridge. That sounds about right. I stayed 9 days. What did you think was going to happen after like the second day? Were you not over it? What did you think was going to happen? 9 days in a place you didn't like is crazy. Yeah, dude, Freelancer Hotel, it's a thing. I didn't know that. This is kind of, let me look at the map here. This is about where I stayed. I was like right by here when I first got to Pattaya. Right here on 3rd Road. There's a condo here called, I forget. Yeah, because this is right by Tibble Bitties, the like American restaurant. Yeah, this is, I spent my first month like right here. Wasn't bad. Stayed in 11 hotels. One in Pattaya was one of my faves. Yeah, I mean, it's got pretty decent reviews. Like, what can you expect for 400 baht? You know what I mean? That's cheap even by Thailand standards. I've been pleasantly surprised by some, like, cheap spots. It still blows my mind sometimes, though, like the photos like you see online compared to the actual hotel. I swear, like, some of them got photos 15 years ago when the place was first built, and those are the photos they use. Sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? This looks nothing like the photos. So I try not to lean too hard on it. Street View, man. Google Street View is your best friend when it comes to looking at hotels. I don't think there's really been, even like between here and Laos, Cambodia. I haven't really been in any hotels where it was like, this place fucking sucks. There was one I stayed in Laos the first time I went, maybe the second time, first time. It was bad, but it wasn't really the hotel's fault. I think it was just the time of year I was there. And they had like this really big courtyard with like all these beautiful plants and like little reflection pools and all this stuff. The mosquitoes were fucking insane. And I hate mosquitoes, dude. I'm one of those people that has like really bad reactions to them. So if I get bit by a mosquito, I am like miserably itchy. And this place was insane. Like clouds. Like I would have to, like going into my room, I had to be like, and slam the door as fast as I could. And 7 of them would still get in, and then I was getting chewed up all fucking night. Yeah, I can't do mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are bed bugs. Bed bugs is fucking trauma. When I was like 22, I moved into a apartment in Phoenix that they didn't bother to tell me that the tenant who had just moved out from the one next door moved out because they had a fucking bed bug infestation. And bed bugs are smart, so now that there was nobody in that apartment, they came through the walls, came into mine. Dude, I literally had nightmares for like months after that, where I would be like walking around my condo and I would pick something up off the floor and bed bugs would just scatter everywhere. Fucking nightmares, dude. There was times where I woke up and I had hundreds of bites all across my fucking face. Like, oh, dude, miserable. And talk about being itchy. Holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck. Miserable. Had to get rid of all my stuff. It sucked. $400 times 30 days, $12K apartment. Next time has to be as nice or nicer than the freelancer. You could probably find one for that. Check on Airbnb. Miss Thai, how you doing? Hello. Green bottle mosquito spray they have there in Thailand is a lifesaver, but it smells pretty good. I've had a few people tell me that the like bug spray is actually legit here. When I was backpacking in the States, I tried so many different bug sprays and they all fucking suck. The only one that worked pretty well is this. I got it at the military surplus store, and it's like a powder. That shit worked good, but it fucking stunk. It smelled so bad, but I would rather smell that than get chewed up. Granted, I'm from Arizona. We don't really, mosquitoes aren't too big a deal. Feel like they're crawling over you for days. I'm telling you, bro. Like, I was seriously, it was miserable. It was like a 3-week ordeal, like just getting annihilated every single night. Like waking up, it would look like I had like some type of like skin disease. Well, especially my legs, bro, just covered in bites. Fuck, dude, sucked. Is Pattaya safe for single women to live? Well, I'm not a single woman, so I can't really speak from experience, but statistically, Thailand is very safe. I'm a firm believer that you should never put yourself in a situation where somebody has the opportunity to take advantage. But for the most part, Thailand is very safe for pretty much anybody. That's not to say bad shit can't and doesn't happen, but very minimally, especially compared to the States. They're hard to get rid of. Yeah, that was the other, like bug spray, all that shit, like it doesn't do anything. The only way to like really get rid of them is with heat. So I think it's like 130 degrees or something like that. It kills them and the eggs. So you have to like take all your stuff, put it in like black, like trash bags, put it in the middle of the condo. Then you like hire a company to come in with all these propane heaters and they just try to heat up the whole condo. But even that is not foolproof. Much nicer places for a woman to live in Thailand. I could see that. The thing that I tell everybody, especially when it comes, only if it's like, if you're going to be here long term, Pattaya is a good place long term because of the accessibility you have to go other places and do stuff, and it's cheap. It's not as crowded as like Phuket or Bangkok. It's cheaper than both. Bangkok can be cheap, but you have to get like on the like outer edges of the city. And Pattaya, the availability of condos here is super. It makes it very affordable, but the main attraction of Pattaya for sure is the nightlife. But I mean, you can enjoy nightlife without going to like girly bars. So it really just depends on what you're looking for. Miss Thai actually just did, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, it looks like Thai, right? Miss T maybe. I actually just did a video comparing Bangkok to Pattaya, and then I've got another one comparing Pattaya to Phuket, and that'll go into some more details about the differences. I like Bangkok, but too crowded. Yeah, dude, I mean, there's a ton of people that say, like, oh, like, if you're not coming to, like, chase chicks or you're not coming to party, don't come to Pattaya. So you can do whatever the fuck you want in Pattaya. It's like the same people that say, like, oh, if you're not going to go to the casino and you're not going to gamble, why would you live in Vegas? If that's your thing, that's your thing. But there are other positives to living in Pattaya as well. Especially, like, I'm in Jomtien. It's completely different over here than it is 3 miles up the road in Pattaya. You know what I mean? And that's not to say you can't live like over on the dark side, which is a completely different vibe, super chill, more like Thailand. It's more Thai people, you know. There's pluses and negatives to every city. There's tons of people that swear by Phuket. Like, oh yeah, Phuket's the best. Why would you live anywhere else? I fucking hate Phuket. I could never live there. Everybody's situation is different, you know? Thai? Okay, cool. Yeah, check that one out. And then I've got another one comparing Jomtien to like Central Pattaya too. So yeah, but Jomtien is not Pattaya. Exactly though. But you're in the same district. You know, it's still Bang Lamung. It's technically it's a suburb. But yeah, there's tons of people who are like, oh, there's no point unless you're going to party. And I think a lot of people are just jaded for whatever reason. And you can still want to party and not be interested in chasing chicks. You know what I mean? And Pattaya is a great place to party. Not a partier, but I still like Pattaya and would say generally it is very safe. I'm a man though, so can't give you a woman's perspective. Exactly. It's hard for me to say, but I mean, just walking around like I haven't seen any. The only shitty things I've seen are 99% of the time foreigners doing stupid shit. Ideally, I would say if you want to come to Pattaya, do your best to especially find a condo that's majority Thai. My new building, like all my neighbors, I've got across the way, my neighbors are Chinese, but they're older, so they're cool. Pretty much everybody else on my floor is Thai. And it's so fucking nice. Everybody's super friendly, quiet, respectful. You know, it's a different world compared to living next to a bunch of dickhead foreigners. Not that they're all dickheads, but a lot of them. Keep in mind you can jump around via Airbnb for a few months to see what you like. That's a great suggestion as well. I try to bring that up pretty frequently. If you've got some time to figure out where you want to be, go spend a week or two in a few different spots because you might be surprised by somewhere that you didn't think. $45 over the partying, just want a safe area to live. It has restaurants and shop nearby. Yeah, check out Jomtien. Jomtien's great for that. Plenty of infrastructure over here. You got immigration right down the way to deal with all that stuff. Plenty of restaurants, Thai food and Western food. It's not as crowded over here. There's not as much debauchery, so you can go out, have a chill day, and or you can, if you do want to go out and have some drinks, you're a couple miles away, you're a 10-minute taxi ride. Saw a bunch of single chicks in Pattaya and they seem to be having a good time, no issues. Granted, I think there were single, not working girls. Yeah, I see like plenty, especially now compared to when I got here. I see a lot of younger women here. You can see a lot of them like girl groups, like obviously traveling together, backpacking, whatever. And like if you want to pull up and even be on the outside looking into the whole, you know, debauchery that is Pattaya, it's fun to check out. Like I love people watching. Every once in a while, I'll go down a walking street and just sit on one of those little bars that are on the side right there, have a couple drinks and just people watch. It's a good time. That's my favorite thing about the airport, dude. I love just sitting there and making up stories for everybody. It's great. John Tien's super quiet and chilled now after Songkran. Low season is the best. I agree. I love low season in Thailand. Granted, it gets a little hectic for me with filming and stuff because the rain becomes a bit of a nightmare sometimes, but it's more quiet. I enjoy the rain being from Arizona, so. Jeez, I got the coffee burps, my bad. Send me a picture and maybe you won't be single for long. Okay, bud. Okay. Okay, so her fight is on the 9th of May. Damn, that is pretty soon, but that gives us a couple weeks. All right, cool. Guys, I'm going to use the restroom, get some more coffee real quick. I will be right back. Don't be doing any lewd shit in my chat, bro. Don't be doing any lewd shit in my chat. We're going to check out those videos here in a minute, too. If there's anything that you think we need to watch relevant to Thailand or not, if it's funny or crazy, whatever, let me know. Drop it in the chat. Be right back. Meow. Man, I was craving mashed potatoes last night. Not that you can't find mashed potatoes in Pattaya, but my mashed potatoes are the best. And I went to the store and I got 6 monster Yukon Gold potatoes, and I was like, yeah, this will probably be enough. I might eat all of them in one sitting, you know, whatever. Cooked all of them. I've got potatoes for a fucking week. So good, though. The secret, guys. So many people put milk in their mashed potatoes. Don't fucking do that. Sour cream or cream cheese. Trust me. Fucking trust me. Couple cloves of garlic, salt, pepper, butter. That's all you need. Think Miss Ty would have no issues, just would not want to stay close to Tree Town, Soy 6, or Walking Street. Yes, I agree with that 100%. And you're going to pay a premium in those areas for no reason. It's going to be an older building, not very nice. You're just paying for a location at that point. And if you're not out partying, you're just giving away money. Just wish it wasn't so dang hot. Yeah, you and me both. You get used to it somewhat after a while, though, or you just kind of learn how to deal with it. It's the same like being from Arizona. I'm from Phoenix, so 125 in the summer. People are like, I don't know how you live there. It's like, we just don't go outside like during the day in the summer. And like, oh, what do you mean you don't go outside? But it's only for like a month. And it's the same here, really. Like, it's generally hot, but there's only like 2 months out of the year where it's like actually pretty miserable. Jesus, that's fucking hot. Come on. There it is. Full disclosure, guys, I usually drink 1 cup of coffee a day. Now I'm drinking 2 back to back. So I'm about to be fucking jacked. I feel like I'm itchy now because we were talking about bed bugs. Arizona has dry heat. Yeah, it's completely different, but the ways you learn to deal with it are very similar. You know what I mean? Like here when it's at like March, like February to like right about now to like end of April is usually hot as hell. So I just don't go out in the middle of the day. If I got stuff to do, I'll go out in the morning or out in the evening. It's the same thing we do in Arizona. Clothes are key. Like these like dry fit shirts, game changer. When I showed up, I had nothing but like cotton t-shirts and they're just too fucking hot, dude. And then you just sweat through them and you look like a sweaty mess. It's not a good look. You speak any Thai? Not enough. I should learn more, but especially here, everybody speaks English. So there's no like, I wouldn't say no incentive, but there's nothing like forcing you to learn Thai. I've picked up a decent amount here and there. And when I was on my education visa, I was working hard at it. But it's hard language to learn. Like when I was learning Spanish, it's relatively easy because Spanish uses the same alphabet. All the letters make the same noises for the most part, you know what I mean? So when you hear somebody say a word in Spanish and then you can look at it in writing, it helps you connect how to say it, you know what I mean? With Thai, it's a whole different alphabet, you know what I mean? So you can't read it. It's hard to understand the tones, so you have no point of reference. So it's hard. If you're from Houston, you'll feel fine. If you're from Dallas, you'll feel like yeah, Houston's very similar. Gonna take 3 showers a day. It's very possible. Oh, Jesus. This seems super hard, but I want to learn some. Yeah, it's good to learn some, and the locals appreciate it for sure. Don't beat yourself up about speaking it perfect because it's almost impossible for a foreigner to speak perfect Thai, I think. There's a couple that I see online that are damn good, but it's a hard language to learn. I've got the food down. I know chicken, beef, all that stuff. I know most of the food names in Thai. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Learn to write the letter. Yeah, I would agree. If you can learn the alphabet first, I think that's a good way to go about it, because then you can like read and sound stuff out. It's a lot more characters too, though. I think Thai has like 40 some characters compared to 26. Something like that. I know there's a lot. I'm pretty sure it's like double of what we have in the English alphabet. Or Latin alphabet, I guess. Great job. Next trip, 6 months. Can't wait. All right, TF. We will talk to you later, bro. Have a good night. Sleep well. Put my channel playlists on repeat and just let them run. Appreciate you. Copacabana, Riviera, or other. Personally, I would not want to live at Copacabana. Biggest reason is because most of those places in there are being rented out short term, so it's a hotel. It's always super crowded. I went to film a video there for a real estate company, and they have like 4 different pools, I think, something like that. There's 3 or 4 different pools, and they're all just completely packed the entire time. It's like a hotel, so it's just people are fucking loud. They don't give a shit about their neighbors because they're leaving in a couple weeks, you know what I mean? Riviera, I would be more inclined to live there, I think. Depends on which one, too, because I think there's 2 or 3 different Rivieras. I have a buddy who stayed at one for a while, and he said he liked it. Me, I look for places that are more accessible to locals, because I like living with Thai neighbors. They're just good neighbors. Quiet, respectful, friendly. Actually hold the elevator for you, say hi. Appreciate your vids. They were a big help my first time out, says LB Caddy with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate the donation. And I'm glad the videos helped. That's what we're trying to do. Entertain and incite. I don't think that's how you would say that, but rad. I'm glad they helped. Always, guys, too, if there's something you need to see, want to see, feel free to drop it in the comments on the videos or whenever, you know, we're in the streams. I don't get a chance to get to every single comment, but I do see the vast majority of them. But people say, well, oh, you only get 40 comments. Like, how do you not see all of them? Which is a fair question. But remember, I have 400 videos, so I don't get to see all of them. Almost 400. I think there's like 370 or something now. I've deleted quite a few as well. Oh, Miss Ty, good night. We'll see you later. Thanks for popping in. Have a good night. I hope the videos can help you with your decision a little bit. I think the best plan is to try to travel around a little bit, though. Spend a week or two in different places that you're thinking about. Help that make your decision. I really wish I would have done that when I first came here. I didn't really think I had a lot of options. I thought Pattaya, mine was mostly just budget, where I could afford to live, especially when I first got here. But now that I've traveled around Thailand a bit more, I realize that there are quite a few other places I probably could have managed. I said I was gonna, God damn it, I completely forgot. I'm an idiot. I got distracted by the junior message. I'm gonna post on Insta that we're live real quick. 1 second. One second. Here we go. Share. Copy link. You rube. I don't get how it's 2025. iPhone has been around for 20 plus years and the autocorrect is still ridiculous. Click. Whoa. Oh, whoops. Boom, pow, bing, bomb. Motherfucker. Click here. Smiley face. Got it. Okay. Did you visit other places in Southeast Asia besides Laos and Thailand? What made you choose Pattaya over other spots? I'm sure you mentioned in one of the 400 videos, but I'm not going to go through that many. I feel like you should. I feel like you should go through that many. No, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia. That's it for now. As you can see, Vietnam is the next spot. Philippines in July. My mom's coming out to visit in July, and we're going to go to the Philippines. And then I want to go to Indo eventually, but that's a bit further down the list, because when I go to Indo, I don't want to just stay in Bali. There's other islands I want to go check out, so I'm going to need to save up a little bit more to do that, because I want to have the full Indo experience. I chose Pattaya just because of budget. I thought for what you can get in Pattaya for X price was pretty much the best. Close to the water, close to other really nice beaches and islands. Not too far from Bangkok if I need to catch flights or go up there to deal with any logistical shit. Yeah, Philippines in July. I'm excited for that because I've been thinking about the Philippines a lot. So I want to go check it out. There's surfing in the Philippines, which is a big one for me. From what I hear, Filipino people are very nice and friendly. There's a real big Spanish influence there, which I think would be cool for me because it'll be like nostalgic growing up in the Southwest in the States. So yeah, we're gonna go check it out. Gonna open an Airbnb hotel in Bohol next April. Send you the info once I get the property, give you the Tempus discount. Yeah, bro, just I'll film a video while I'm there, and you can just let me stay for free. Want to do a big long month or so surf trip in Philippines or Indo. Always wanted to learn how to surf. Yeah, so learning how to surf especially, Philippines is probably going to be your better bet. Not that there's not places that are good to learn in Indo, but the vast majority of Indo are pretty heavy reef breaks. So yeah, when you're learning, you're going to be falling a lot, obviously. So falling on the reef, it's not fun. You said you're opening it in Bohol, right? Is that... Yeah, I was gonna say that's close to Cebu, right? Yeah, that's where we're going. We're gonna fly into Cebu because we're gonna spend most of our time in Surigao. I'm pretty sure we're gonna go into Cebu and then take the ferry over to Surigao City and then go to Surigao Island. I'm probably murdering those accents, but what can you do? I've heard Bohol is nice too. So many islands, man. We're still like trying to decide on what exactly we're gonna do. So many fucking places to go. Sets in the Philippines aren't super big. Average is like 3 to 5 feet, I think. Yeah, in most places. Granted, if there's a big swell, there's spots that are bigger, but there's a lot more like point breaks and sandbar breaks in Philippines, which are the best to learn on. And 3 to 5 feet, I think a lot of people say it's like, oh, just learn on like whitewater, learn on like 2-foot waves. I don't really believe in that. I think as long as the water is deep enough and it's sand on the bottom, you're gonna be fine learning on 3 to 5 foot waves. You might get tumbled a bit, but you're going to be fine as long as you know how to swim. And if you don't know how to swim, you probably shouldn't be learning how to surf. The thing about the Philippines is most of the islands speak English, and makes it super convenient. Right, yeah, English is pretty much spoken everywhere, so it makes things a little bit easier. Granted, most people speak English in Thailand, but the only thing that can be frustrating with Thailand sometimes is like the times you really need help, it can be hard to get since nobody speaks English. Like if you're going somewhere and you're planning on like taking a ferry or something and you can't figure out where to buy your ticket, or you don't know if you're buying the ticket to the right place, trying to make sure you're doing the right thing can be hard sometimes. And yeah, dude, the only thing that's ever bothered me is like sometimes even when Thais don't understand what you're saying, they'll just agree with you. So you'll be like, oh, is this where I do this? Is this where I'm going? Like, this is what I need to do, right? And they'll be like, yeah. And then you do it and then you find out that was not right at all. You're like, God damn it. Why didn't you just say no or say you didn't understand? But just one of those things. Thai culture, they don't like to be embarrassed. I mean, nobody does, but. Most start with a longboard, so no real experience needed, which is nice for beginners. Yeah, you want to start on a bigger board for sure. I'm too big for 2-foot waves. I don't know if physics agree with that statement, but I stand by it. Yeah, I think sometimes like smaller waves can be harder, especially to actually, because I think the hardest part about learning how to surf is learning how to actually catch the waves. Like standing up, there's like one way to do it. You know what I mean? Like paddle in, once you're on the wave, stand up, pivot, and you're standing up. There's really only one way you stand up. But when it comes to catching waves, it's constantly changing. Where you need to be in the lineup, where you should be catching them as opposed to where they're breaking. So with 2-foot waves, you're not really learning any of that. Fucking hang now, ow. Where have you been? Haven't had an update or been able to find your channel in weeks. I've been posting, dude. I don't know what it is. Like, YouTube fucking hates me right now. The past 4 or 5 videos I've posted have had better click-through percentages and better retention. People are clicking on the videos more and watching the videos longer than they have for the past like year, yet I'm getting less impressions. Like, it's showing the video to less and less people. I had to speak super slow sometimes, and also that location. Yeah, it's like they're not doing it on purpose. Because I can completely understand. There's been times when I've been approached and somebody's asking me questions in a different language, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're saying. You know what I mean? And it can be embarrassing. So I totally get it. More shortboard or long? I've only surfed a handful of times, and that was all on a longboard. But the whole time I was a kid, I bodyboarded. So at least when I was learning how, I mean, I'm still learning to surf, but at least when I was going to a surfboard, I kind of already understood how to catch waves and where you should be. So I think that would honestly be the hardest part to teach somebody that hasn't spent a decent amount of time in the ocean. And even though I wasn't surfing when I was a kid, I was in the ocean every summer, all summer. So I learned I'm pretty intuitive when it comes to waves. Yeah, bodyboarding, baby. Bodyboarding's fun. I'm still a firm believer. Granted, I think surfing is more fun, but it takes longer to get to the point where surfing is fun, you know? With bodyboarding, you know, you go out for 2 or 3 days and then you pretty much got it down, and then it's all fun after that, you know? Short language confusion story. Is there an ATM? Security guy question mark. Me points to ATM. Oh, ATM. Yeah. It's funny too. Like, I have one of my friends here who like gives me shit sometimes because if I'll speak English to Thai people, but I say it with the Thai accent, and he's like, "Dude, why do you do that? Like, it's like you're making fun of them." I'm like, "No, bro. It helps them understand because that's how they hear English, or that's how they say English. You know." Like, if you walk up to a lady that's selling fruit shakes and you're just like, "Yeah, can I have a strawberry shake?" it's very likely she's going to be like, sorry, you know? But if you walk up and you're like, yeah, I'll take a strawberry, she's probably going to know what you're saying right away. The big one that I noticed it with is the QR codes, like how everybody pays with the QR codes with their phone here. And they just call it scan. But if they bring you the bill and you just say scan, they might be like, what? But if you say scan, they know what it is every time. So it helps big time. I learned that in the States. Like when I would talk to my Hispanic friends that English was their second language. If you speak English with an Hispanic accent, it's a lot easier for them to understand because that's how they hear it. That's what they hear when they say it, you know? So unless you're legitimately mocking somebody, that's not a big deal. Tear up the set in the Philippines, then no issue. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I can't wait, dude. It's going to be super fun. And the only times I've ever surfed were in California. Cold ass water. So I think it'll be really nice to be able to sit and actually wait for waves and enjoy the time in the water instead of just freezing your balls off. Is that also that I don't tell people I'm American? No, different guy. That dude is more of I don't tell people I'm American is more of an acquaintance. I still don't understand. Yeah, I don't tell people I'm American. Why? I can understand if you're in, you know, Iraq, Russia, and you didn't want to tell people you're American. Okay, but in Thailand, especially because there's not, in comparison to other nationalities, there's not a lot of Americans here. So, don't you enjoy kind of being an individual? Don't you enjoy being a bit different? I do. Easier for them to catch each word, vice versa. Yeah, and I just throw a little bit of the Thai accent and just talk slow. It's funny sometimes when I will FaceTime my friends from home. They're like, why are you talking like that? Because it's just like the way I structure my sentences and stuff are like a bit broken down and simplified to help like my Thai friends understand them easier. My friends are like, why are you fucking talking so weird? My bad. That's just how I talk to everybody here. The SK makes a difference. Yeah, right? Oh shit. Speaking of my Hispanic American friends, Angel Fernandez has entered the chat. If you fall surfing, does it give you an enema? It for sure can. I've taken some shots, dude. Especially like if you catch the wave and the wave is curling up and you get up to the top of the lip and you bail and try to like pencil dive at the bottom, all that water is going up the face of the wave and you're coming this way. Yeah, if you don't pucker up, dude, yeah, you could. It's nice though. You feel like clean because it's salt water too. It's like a legit enema. You feel nice and clean when you get out, squeaky. Your farts sound like when you squeeze the thing on the balloon. Like those Thai videos of Americans after each week or day they become more and more local. Yeah, that's for sure. I like the one, I forget who did it. I want to say Travis Leone maybe. What he does it with the bikes. It's so funny. Like he pulls up the first one, he's on like a PCX dressed like an American. Second one, he's on a wave with like elephant pants and stuff. He's like 2 months. And then the next one's 2 years. He pulls up on like an MSX or a little tiny bike in the dress and the wig. It's fucking great. Quality content. I'm fucking stoked that Junior messaged me back. I think that would be such a cool fucking video. I've been trying to look for some stuff. Like I've always loved like documentary filmmaking. I've been trying to do some more stuff. I want, like if this one goes well, which I think it will, like Day in the Life of a Muay Thai Fighter. I want to do a bunch of different ones. Day in the Life of a Muay Thai Fighter. Day in the Life of a Thai street vendor. I would love to like go out and find one of these Thai aunties and just tag along with her for the day. What else did I actually kind of made friends with a Thai police officer on TikTok. I would love to follow them around for a day. That would be so cool. Day in the life of a Thai police officer. I think that could be sick. How to get Thai pants after my first week. The elephant pants, I still haven't gotten any. Granted, they do look comfy and they're really light, so they probably aren't hot. But last time my mom was here, I think she got some and like took some home. I still don't have any though. But I did get a bunch of like the Thai like football jerseys. So those work well. See, it's been months that I've missed your channel. I'm on it now though. Totally get what you mean by the accent thing. So what's new? You still have your bike? Yeah, bro. I don't know what the fuck the deal is. Like, I know you're not the first one to mention that they just haven't been seeing my videos, which sucks. I think what it is like you're constantly watching so much stuff on YouTube, and YouTube can only recommend so many videos. So if you're subscribed to like 50 channels and you're watching other stuff, I think if you just like miss a few videos from one channel, they just kind of stop showing up. Because I get it all the time on mine too. There's like channels that I watched religiously, and then you don't watch them for a couple weeks, and then those videos stop showing up. Oh, so what's new? I still have a bike, yeah. I actually just hit it with a pretty sick paint job. It looks a lot better. The paint job is not perfect by any means, but it looks really good in the dark. It's if you look real close in certain spots, you can tell it's pretty fucked up, but it's not too bad. And I'm not a good painter by any means. Still rocking when I walk the dogs and chill at the house. Yeah, they definitely seem comfortable. I probably would have bought some at some point, but the only place I really see them are at the markets where there's like, they're for sure catered towards foreigners. So they're taxing on them. They're like, oh yeah, 400 baht. Like, you're out of your fucking mind. No way. Like, you could go to like a legit like Thai market and get a pair of like vintage Levi's for 400 baht. Do a documentary on the car culture in Thailand, all different aspects from all over the Thai. I would love to do that. There's also a couple cool race series here, like the Toyo series is super sick. I would love, like, if I do these documentaries, I want to be able to embed with somebody that's in it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be on like just the outside looking in. Like, I want to be able to show the full experience of like what it's like to actually be in that shit. I wouldn't be like, I would do some interviews and stuff, but besides that, it would just be like I'm just a floating camera, and like whoever I'm embedded with, it's their video, you know? Yeah, bike culture. I would love to do one on like the Dakwan culture. There's quite a bit, especially when it comes to motorsports. The longtail boat racing. I guess they just had like a huge, like, official, like, national longtail race up north of Bangkok. I had no idea. See, the other thing with motorsports here is it's so hard to find where everything is going on, because like a lot of them have Instagrams and stuff, but they post after, like they just post the like recap videos and stuff. There's no like schedules. Even the racetrack that's close to here, Beer Circuit, they have like a calendar, but it just like shows the days blocked out. It's like, oh, public day, and then this day it's not open to the public, but it doesn't say what it is. So it's kind of a bummer. Race series would be sick. Yeah, that's what I really want to do. Like, I would love to tag along with one of those teams that's in one of those series, follow them for 2 or 3 races, show what they do in between the races, the amount of work that goes in. And the cool thing about motorsports here too is like all those teams pretty much, they do everything themselves. It's like, you know, a lot of the big race teams in America, it's like, oh, we need to resurface our head, or you know, we need some type of machine work, so we'll hire these guys, bring in. Thais, they do it all themselves. Like, they machine all the parts themselves, they build all the motors themselves. So I'd love to be able to follow them all through that, just to show like the amount of work these dudes put in, especially with the longtail boats. If you guys haven't seen that video, I went to Bangkok and rode on one of them with Chad from CB Media, and we got to go check out their shop and everything. Like, these guys build everything. They build the entire hull themselves. They build the entire motors themselves. They machine everything themselves. It was so fucking impressive. So, yeah, rocket on the water. Yeah, dude. It's something about being on the water too. Like, fast boats feel so much faster than fast cars. Like, I've been in some drag cars back home that were like 8-second drag cars, fast as hell. And those boats, even though they're only going half the speed, feels like you're going 3 times that speed. Especially those longtail boats, because once they go and they get up on plane, it's got so much power that a boat is torque steering. So you're like, wow, you're wide open and it starts like drifting sideways and shit. It's fucking insane. No seat belts, no nothing. You're just holding on. Yeah, dude, it was intense. It was super fun when I went with CB Media, but after like the 4th or 5th rip, I was like, I'm good. Like, it's a lot. Guess I could stop spreading the rumor that you got deported for crimes against humanity in the USA. That's very true. I have not been deported. Yeah, I think I'm pretty good. The only time I get a little hectic is with my Instagram comments. It's funny because, like, I don't really get a ton of negativity on YouTube anymore. Like, the first year, I was getting fucking lit up in the comments. Now it's not so bad. But I've been pushing Instagram a lot more for the past couple months, so I get a ton of them. But I don't make any money from Instagram, so I'm not like really worried about getting blocked or anything like that. So I'm clapping back, dude. Total niche filming market, I think. Thai racing. Yeah, but the thing about it is like, Thai motorsports are so much different than American or European, you know? And the cool thing about that is like, motorsports guys are motorsports guys. Even guys who are racing or like cars in America, most of them aren't just like, oh, well, fucking American muscle or nothing. Everything else is retarded and I'm not interested in it, or I'm not willing to watch a video. Like, I feel like people in other countries who are into motorsports would be more inclined to watch Thai stuff because it's so much different. And it's a real culture in Thailand. You see modified cars everywhere. Almost every single car you see has like wheels or a wing, something. So it's a full-blown culture. It's a semi-truck motor, right? Pushing like 1,500 horsepower. On the river boats, it's usually engines from the Isuzu D-Max, which is a turbo diesel pickup truck here. And most of them are like the one we went on was close to like 600 horsepower. But it's a boat, you know what I mean? It's a wooden boat, so it doesn't weigh anything. You're talking 600 horsepower in maybe an 800-pound boat, maybe like 1,500 pounds with the people in it, you know what I mean? So you're talking half a horsepower per pound. And there's like no resistance too, because they're not keeled boats. They're flat bottom, you know what I mean? So once it gets up on plane, it's just skimming across the top of the water and they just fucking rip. Well, were they abusing you in the comments? I don't know about abuse, but especially with Instagram, it's just a lot of fucking idiots that just literally don't know what they're talking about, or they're just talking shit just to talk shit. So I just clap back at them. Because it's funny, because it's never anybody like that's successful, you know what I mean, that's in your comments talking shit to you. Nobody wakes up in the morning to their beautiful wife in their beautiful house with their beautiful children and gets ready to go to their job that they love where they make good money and then hop on Instagram and start talking shit to random people. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, you're miserable. That's okay. But don't get mad at me because you're miserable. Yeah, they're still super fast. Yeah, so they're turbo diesels, so they're torquey too. Yeah, they're super cool. The vast majority of pickup trucks here are mostly turbo diesel. It's pretty cool. For the longest time in the States, I wanted one of the Chevy Colorados, the Duramax, but they were like impossible to find. And even if you could find them, they were like 30 grand when they had 100,000 miles on them. Here, they're out of all the pickup trucks, they're one of the most expensive, but you can find them anywhere. Even the Ford Rangers here are turbo diesels. Not all of them, but most of them. That's what I mean. Be super stoked to see how they do what they do, especially like embedded detailed coverage, seeing how the machine their motors. Yeah, that's what I mean, dude. It's amazing, like the amount of work that they do. And it's like, if you've ever been involved in motorsports, like you know how much work it is, period, let alone if you're doing all your machine work, all your welding, all your engine building, and they do all of it themselves in just like a garage. There's a few teams, of course, they have like these big, nice shops with lifts and everything, but the vast majority of them are in their garage with the truck on the ramp and do all the machining themselves. They got a lathe in the back, they've got a flat bottom mill in the front, and they do everything themselves. It's wild. If you don't got haters, you ain't winning. Right. It's like, don't get me wrong, I don't think I'm like some fucking hyper successful dickhead by any means, but it's very easy for me to understand if somebody's lashing out, it's because they're upset about something. Whether that be because I'm doing something that they want to do, or I strike a nerve for whatever reason. The thing that I get the most is like crusty old expats telling like, oh, you don't know shit about Thailand. You're giving people advice, you don't know shit about Thailand. I've been coming here for 20 years, blah, 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 blah. Nobody fucking cares. You could come to Thailand for 20 years and still be a tool and still not know shit. You know what I mean? Most of those guys, they've come to Thailand, they landed in Pattaya, and they haven't left for 20 years. I've been all over Thailand. I've done shit all over the country. So who's going to know more about Thailand? Pattaya is not just Thailand. Bangkok is not just Thailand. You know what I mean? Like it's just like in the States. Every city has their own things. Every state has their own vibe. It's a different experience no matter where you are. Duramax, still super pricey. Yeah, and for here, they're still relatively expensive compared to some of the other trucks, but compared to the States, nothing. Vehicles are still very affordable here. I'm going to use the restroom, guys. I'll be right back. Too much coffee. Oh, yeah. Lots of guys like that in Thailand think they own the place. Exactly. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's like that in other countries as well, where a lot of expats are. But if you guys ever want to see a bunch of people get mad for the stupidest reasons, go into any of the Facebook groups like, oh, traveling in Thailand or expat advice in Thailand, and just ask an innocent question. Just be like, hey, I'm in Bangkok. I'm looking for a good Greek restaurant. Can anyone recommend? And you'll have 50% of the comments will be like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. Let me Google that for you. I don't know what the hell it is, but there's so many just bent, fucking miserable expats. I don't know what that is. And it's always like, it's a dick swinging contest every time. Like when I used to go out quite a bit, I would meet guys and they'd be like, oh, how long you been here? I'm like, oh, I've been here for like 2 years. Like, oh, well, I've been here for 20 years. Like, you got a lot to learn from me. The fuck? Even if that was true, why would I want to learn from you? I came here to have my own experience. Dudes that have had Leo for breakfast the past 15 years talking shit. Right. And like, I don't give a fuck what you do. Live your life. Especially if you're retired, you worked your whole life to be able to come here and drink Leos at 9 a.m. Fucking by all means, dude. I totally understand that. But don't think that your way of Thailanding is the only way to do it. Fucking makes no sense. Did you see that Irish guy's video in Pattaya mocking all the expats? No, honestly, when I'm not like talking to you guys or like when we're not watching videos on the stream, I don't watch a whole lot of Thailand content just because it already absorbs a huge part of my life. But there's always something coming out of Pattaya talking about, you know, the people that live here or whatever. Love the motorcycle culture, car and motorcycle culture in Thailand. Most of my photos I take when I visit are all the unique Thai style. Thor, that's rad, dude. I'm the same. I think it's super interesting. And it's funny how it's just like every single type of vehicle. You know what I mean? Like there's people that modify their Hondas a certain type of way. There's people that modify like the D-Max pickup trucks a certain way. Even like the big tour buses you see, those are my favorite, dude. Those are so sick. Or even like the semis, the transport trucks are all super modified with all the fucking lights and chrome. That's so dope, I think. That's people on the internet these days. I get the same in the States. 2 nickels, what's up, bro? Long time. Yeah, it's like, you can't take it to the nipple. I just think it's funny. Like, I don't understand what you're so upset about, but live your life. Met a guy who had been homeless in Pattaya for 12 years, living on the beach, drinking off the kindness of strangers. He stopped me in the street and begged me to read his book he wrote about it. What the hell? That's crazy. I've been noticing a lot more people lately, a lot more foreigners, white foreigners, like sitting on the street begging. I had one, I was at the coffee shop by my house the other day. I was sitting out front drinking a coffee and like came up and asked me for money to buy food. I kind of feel bad because I was kind of like, not that I was a dick about it, but I was just so confused. It's like, what do you mean? It's crazy to me. We're open call of the night. Have a good one. All right, buddy. We'll catch you later. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. You know the deal. We're going to be going live more often. We're going to try to get in 2 a week at least. So feel free to pop in. It seems like this is probably a better time for most of you guys. So I might still hop and do some later every once in a while in the morning for you guys. But majority, I think we're going to start doing them during the day for me. So it's a little bit easier for y'all to come hang out. How's life been? Good, I hope. Yeah, bro. You know the deal. Just out here living life. Living life. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with the live streams, and I've just been trying to optimize over the past like month or two. It's like, look, I've got all this content, got all these people, like how can we make it better for everybody, myself included? So I really like doing these live streams because I feel like it's more personal for me and y'all. I get to hang out. I feel like I get to know you guys a little bit better. Because I'm sure if you guys watch the videos after a while, you watch somebody on YouTube long enough, it feels like you kind of know them. So I want that to be kind of reciprocal, you know? And it gives you guys an opportunity to ask questions or bullshit, whatever. So we're going to be doing more of this, goddammit. I don't know if I can do 2 coffees every single time though. I'm fucking jacked. I can smell colors right now. Oh, my bad. William, I didn't see this. Hello, writing after the live broadcast, so I'm not sure if you see this. Anyway, I'm from Michigan. Curious if there is such a thing in Thailand as general aviation. If so, are home-built aircraft allowed? I have no idea. Is that a thing? Like home-built aircraft, as in you're going to build a plane and fly around in it? That sounds fucking dangerous. Have you guys ever seen those videos of like home-built planes in Africa? Like the guys like building helicopters and shit? Wild. I don't know how many of them have died, but it has to be a lot. More coffee. Jesus Christ, man. I don't know. Like I can feel my fucking palpitations in my forehead right now. Where are you planning to visit in Vietnam? I don't have a set place yet. I'm thinking probably Da Nang because everybody keeps telling me I need to go there. I know I want to be up north at some point, but I also want to be able to cruise around and check out some of the Vietnam War history stuff. I think all that's super interesting. So yeah, I'm not really sure yet. Ideally, I would love to stay for a few weeks and be able to hop around. It really just depends on what we're able to do. Don't go to Hanoi. Hanoi's in the south, right? Hanoi's in the south, Ho Chi Minh's in the city. Or Ho Chi Minh's up north, right? Or no, Hanoi's in the north. Ho Chi Minh's in the south. I thought that was the other way around. I guess I don't know shit, huh? I figured Ho Chi Minh would be in the north because Ho Chi Minh Trail, you know, what the fuck do I know? So I know Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi are very different vibes from what I understand. I know one or the other is much better for nightlife, and then one is more conservative, right? A little more low speed, traditional. Not that I'm really worried about nightlife regardless, but absolutely, it is huge here. That's wild, dude. I didn't know that was a thing. I mean, I guess I knew like ultralights and like the paramotors. That's the only thing I know about like general aviation. I do see paramotors here and ultralights. I see them flying on the beach every once in a while. From what I've seen, I want to see more of the north. Same. Because I like outdoor shit. Mountains, rivers, stuff like that, especially if I'm visiting somewhere. And I believe most of that stuff is up north. Everyone's rude in Hanoi. I was warned, didn't believe it till I got here. Huh. You hear all the time how friendly Thai people are and how friendly Filipino people are. I never really hear about Vietnamese people. I think it's just because not a lot of people are going to Vietnam quite yet. Look up EAA, Experimental Aircraft Association in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I've been to Oshkosh before when I was driving trucks. It was like 2 degrees outside with like a negative 15 wind chill. It was fucking miserable. Ho Chi Minh Trail is in Laos and Cambodia and arrives at South Vietnam. Right, that's what I thought. I just figured because like Ho Chi Minh was like the North Vietnamese like icon. So I don't fucking know, dude. I'm just a fucking stupid American. What can you do? Had a mental health breakdown in Hanoi. Jesus Christ. Let's see what Google has to say. Are people friendly in Hanoi, Vietnam? Yes, Hanoians are generally considered to be friendly and hospitable, though their level of openness may vary compared to other parts of Vietnam. While they may not be as outwardly demonstrative as people in the South, Hanoians are known to be warm and welcoming to visitors. Many travelers find them to be friendly and approachable, with a willingness to help and offer assistance. Common impressions for tourists to easily recognize are the friendly, enthusiastic, and hospitable people of Hanoi. So, according to Google's AI, you're a liar, bro. Look into Dalat. Waterfalls, forests, rivers, etc. Dalat, Vietnam. Oh yeah, that's up north, yeah. Or no, that's in the south. Man, you guys are just making me even more clueless. I always forget about, for some reason, that Vietnam shares a border with China. Because we're like so far south in Thailand, I forget. Like, I think about Vietnam as it's just like right next door. I forget that it goes so far north. During the war, it was called Saigon. Yeah, I remember that. It's a lie. Google's AI is tragic. Yeah, some of this shit it comes up with, I'm like, what the hell? Because what I think it does is it just takes the most relevant search result, and if that's like an article, it just like takes what that article says about it, and there's nothing fact checking that article, you know? Recommends movies that don't exist. Yeah, dude, it's a little sketchy. Fat and Broke did a video how rude people are in Hanoi recently. He's rude too, though. Fat and Broke, is that a YouTuber? Is that his name? Jesus, that is his name.
Why I moved to Saigon and why you should.
Why I moved to Saigon and why you should do. 36K. Is he American? Looks American. I've been noticing a lot of channels recently with what seems like inflated subscriber numbers. So you can buy subscribers for YouTube, but they're fake. It just shows up on your page that you've got X amount of subscribers. Like, I'll see people that have 50 or 60K subscribers and they get less views than I do. Granted, subscribers doesn't always equate to views directly, but if you've got 100K subscribers and you're only getting 1,000 views per video, seems like it's not real. I know one of my buddies too was like, oh, well, if you just buy like 100,000 subscribers, then you'll get all these brand deals because they'll see you have 100,000 subscribers. I'm like, dude, they're not stupid. They want to see your analytics. They don't care how many subscribers you have. They care how many views you get. So even if you have 100K, doesn't matter if you're not getting the views. He's from Florida? That makes sense. He looks like a Florida guy. He's controversial. Sounds about right if he's from Florida. His are real. Yeah, I haven't looked enough at his videos, but he gets solid views. I'm amazed that some guys that just talk to the camera can get 500K subs, or the dudes that review videos. Sometimes I'm like, how? But, you know, people subscribe for different reasons. Sometimes if you can just talk, but you're super charismatic, or if you're controversial, or if you're funny, you know what I mean? You can get a lot just for whatever reason. A lot of it has to depend on when you got to YouTube as well. Because a lot of those like reaction channels that have crazy amount of subs, they've been doing it for 10 years, you know? So if you create that type of channel before everybody else is doing it, the thing with reaction channels too is you get to, you know, take off of whatever's viral. So if I have a reaction channel and right now, you know, Vitaly get arresting in Philippines is viral, I can make a video of me reacting to it, but the thumbnail and the title will be, you know, streamer gets arrested for being douchebag in the Philippines. So you get to kind of take a piece of everything that goes viral, and you don't really get, like, you're not in one niche. You can make videos about anything. So ideally, the more things you can make videos about, the more subscribers you can get, because you're crossing all of these different niches. Are you in Pattaya because it's good for views? The only thing that's like Pattaya exclusive that's good for views is if you're just doing like soy six and like bar girl content, you know what I mean? Like if I just leaned into that, I can guarantee you I would have at least double the amount of subscribers I have right now. But I don't want to get pigeonholed into making that type of content. Like I have a friend here who was a streamer and did great here, always successful, and then he tried going and doing streams in other places and his viewership just plummeted. So yeah, if you came to Pattaya and you do nothing but, you know, soy six this, bar girls that, blah, 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 like, yeah, you can get a lot of views doing that, but then you're pigeonholed into making only that type of content. That's why a lot, like, you might notice, like, some of the videos I do don't get very good views, but I keep doing them because I want to be able to do shit that I enjoy. So, like, the motorsports stuff in comparison to, like, the information about Thailand videos, the motorsports stuff fucking bombs, but I really enjoy making those videos. So even if I have a small percentage of you guys that like those, I'm cool with that. Just make some video, 100 ways to get robbed by your Thai girlfriend. Yeah, and the thing about a lot of that stuff is too, I'm always very conscious about what my content could be interpreted as. So if you make a video that's just talking about, you know, all the ways your Thai girlfriend is going to rob you, if enough Thai girls see that, and it could come off as me saying like, oh yeah, every Thai girl you meet is going to rob you, every Thai girl you meet is just after your money, understandably people could get upset about that, you know. And I don't want Thai people looking at my channel being like, oh, fuck that guy, like he makes Thailand look bad, or he makes Thai women look bad. I'm very conscious of that, and a lot of people just don't give a shit, which by all means, it's your channel, do whatever the fuck you want. I'm just not going to do that. Sort of like CB. Yeah, and CB, he always wanted to do motorsports. Like that was, like he's been involved in motorsports for a super long time. He used to be a photographer for car magazines and stuff. So his channel, his plan was always to do motorsports. But initially, COVID was happening here, so none of that shit was going on. So he didn't really have a chance to film any of that stuff, which is why he started doing his motorbike tours, stuff like that. And then once things got back to normal, then he just went back to motorsport content, because that was the plan originally. Did you ever go to Sturgis? I went when I was 20, 21 maybe, something like that. Sure did. It's a good time. Talk about fucking debauchery. I saw some crazy shit as a 20-year-old. I was like, what the fuck? I think it's even crazier now. I think when I went, it was like, in total, I think it was like 400,000 people. Now I think it's like double that. Go every year? Sick, dude. Sick. Yeah, I just went to Barapa Bike Week here. I missed it the last 2 years, and I finally made it this year, and it was super fun. Nowhere near Sturgis in terms of size, but very similar in like the vibe. Big party, concerts, bunch of cool vendors there selling all kinds of dope clothes, and it sucked because I went this year and it hit in between 2 paychecks. And I was bummed because there were so many vendors there selling like tons of badass like American vintage clothes, all kinds of like handmade leather stuff that was super sweet, all kinds of like bike modifications and like custom bike parts. So much shit I wanted to buy, and it was all very fairly priced. It was cool too because it's the vast majority were locals. It was almost all Thai people. So yeah, it was a really good time. If you're in Pattaya when that's going on, you should for 100% check it out. And it was free. You don't have to pay to get in. It's all free. Minus if you want to buy stuff, of course. And tons of good food too. Food is a given though. Anytime there's any type of festivals or any of that shit going on, there's always good food. This year will be 26 in a row. Jesus Christ. Committed. I really hope I get an email. Dude, I've been working on this sponsor video for months. I'm pretty sure that we signed the contract around my birthday, March 7th. And it's still not finished. The exemple thread between me and like the distributor is like 100 emails long. I've done like 6 revisions. Every time I send a new one, they send it back with like 10 revisions. I am so ready to be finished with it. I think we're getting close. Hopefully, I sent it off a few days ago. Hopefully this one's good. Holy hell, man. To the point where I like completely rewrote my like sponsor video contract. Just to like, granted with this one, it's kind of my fault. I left my contract very open where people could demand and ask for certain things, and I would essentially have to do it without any like incentive really. So yeah, change, set a revision. Yeah, so the new contract, you get 2 revisions. Every one after that is $50. So, and it's frustrating because when they approached me, they were kind of just like, yeah, here's what we want to do it about. Do your thing. And then I did my thing, and they sent it back. Oh, they want this thing, and it's one of those situations where somebody is like, oh, I don't like that. And you're like, okay, no problem. What would you rather have? And they're like, oh, well, I don't know. If you don't like something, you have to tell me what you want it changed to. You know what I mean? So it's like they'll send it back and be like, change this clip, this clip, this clip, this clip. Okay, what do you want to change it to? Oh, well, maybe something like this. Okay, cool. Change it to those things, send it back. Oh, no, they don't like that. Okay. It's been super frustrating, but my fault. Live and you learn. Now we know. When I freelance, I charge per hour, so every revision adds up. Yeah, so with me, I can't really do per hour. I just do a flat rate depending on what type of integration it is, and revisions will also be a flat rate. Good morning from Norway, Thai Travel and Financial Journey. Good morning from Thailand, or good afternoon-ish at this point. I need to see it so I know what I want. Right, like I can make you anything. We can make this video however you want, but you have to tell me what you want. That's very important. And I've even like mentioned it with a few of the revisions. I'm like, look, every time I go in and edit, you know, a couple things, everything behind that in the video needs to be edited. It's a 15-minute video. If you want me to change stuff at minute 2, I've got to go and realign everything behind that. So it's really important that you tell me everything you want changed now and what you want it changed to. Okay. They send back the list. I change all that stuff, send it out to them again, and then they want a bunch of other stuff changed. I'm like, holy crap. Granted, I got hired through a third party, so I think that's where a lot of the confusion is coming from. I think the third party is asking me to change stuff under the assumption that the client isn't going to like it. So I change those things, and then they send it to the client, and the client wants different things changed. So I understand it, and I understand being in the middle can be very difficult when you're hiring a freelancer for another entity. So, like I said, my fault. I was like a few weeks ago on like the third revision, I was pretty worked up. I was about to just say to hell with it, but I can't really, it wouldn't make sense to say no to the money, especially when I've only already come this far. But moving forward, next time, contract will be different. My favorite thing to do is show them revision 1 after they forgot. It's awesome when they approve that. Favorite thing to do is show them revision 1 after they forgot. It's all. Oh, like if they ask for another revision, you just send them the one previous? That's pretty funny. I should have done that. I should have just saved all the revisions, and now when they want it, just send them the old one. Like, oh yeah, that's great. Cool, that's what I sent you 3 weeks ago. Put the logo on the Grom and jump it through a flaming hoop. I would do that if they were just like, this is what we want you to do. Done. Okay? Can we be finished with this? Gotta pee again. Too much coffee. Drinking this much coffee, my water bill is going to be insane from flushing that toilet so much. Okay, speaking of reaction channels, there's a new video out about Vitali's stupid ass. So let's check that out real quick. Give me 1 second. Damn, you can hear me peeing? That's fucked up. My bathroom's pretty far from here. I'm surprised you can hear that. That's gross. Here we go. Bink. So if you guys don't know, this idiot got arrested in Philippines for being the trendy dickhead streamer.
Alright guys, so Vitaly is absolutely panicking right now because his situation just keeps getting worse and worse, and once you see where he's locked up, you'll understand why. This
Holy
isn't some
shit.
clean, cushy cell with a mattress and decent food. Where he's at right now is straight up out of a horror movie. We're talking about rusted bars, foul water, roaches and rats crawling everywhere, all the while being crammed into a tiny little room with an insane amount of people. So let's just
Oh my god.
Now, according to the channel Legal Mindset, Vitaly was initially locked up in Camp Bagong Diwa, but he's gonna be transferred to another Philippines prison service time. Absolutely.
Well, my bad.
And to matter if he's guilty of everything in which he could be behind bars until he's 7 years old.
Yeah, I saw a Filipino attorney talking about how his charges could stack up. Granted, most of the time, like you're not going to get the maximum sentence majority of the time. But the thing is he got so many charges for a bunch of different stuff. And the way he's been acting through all this, he's 100% going to get some amount of time. And I would say that doing a year in the Philippines would probably be worse than doing 5 years back home. It's pretty crazy. Don't want to be arrested in Thailand. I'm not sure I can ask for gluten-free food. Yeah, I highly doubt it. You don't want to get arrested in Southeast Asia, period, dude. It's completely different. Whoops.
So far, they've listed 7 separate charges:
Jesus.
attempting to kiss and grab a security guard, trying to seize a firearm, taking videos without consent, mocking local security, filming in BGC without a permit, harassing an elderly woman, and harassing an instructor in Boracay. Now, this is where Vitaly is going to see his entire life flash before his eyes. Because according to a...
Yeah, that gun charge, I have a feeling that's what's going to end up doing it. Because I know guns are very highly restricted in the Philippines. So I could imagine trying to take a firearm that you are not allowed to have is going to be a very big deal. Also, I know Philippines takes like assault and any type of like physical altercations very seriously. So it seems like he went ahead and caught like 2 of the worst charges you could possibly get. Why is this not fucking working?
Authorities.
Okay.
He will under no circumstance be released or allowed any sort of bail until his hearing. And guess what? The courts are so jam-packed and backed up that it's going to be around 2 to 3 years until his trial even begins.
That's the other thing. So a lot of people don't think about if you're getting arrested in another country. In America, we have this thing called the right to a speedy trial. So if you're going to take something to trial, there's X amount of time that you have to be able to go into trial, and it's your right. Southeast Asia does not have that. If things are backed up, and look how crowded these places are. Things are backed up, you could just sit there waiting to even go to trial to see if you're going to be found guilty or not for years. And it happens all the time. It happens in Thailand as well. Court systems are never fast, period. So, especially in a place like this where overcrowding is a serious problem, dude, you're going to sit all this time anyway. And like he said, they already mentioned they're not releasing him. They're not going to give him bail. It's the other thing you have to think about. If you're a foreigner getting arrested in a foreign country, you are 100% a flight risk. The way they look at it is that they let you out pending your trial, you're going to try to get out of that country, which is a very fair assumption. So they're not going to give you bail. They're not going to let you out while you're waiting for your trial. So you're sitting that whole time. I think they're going to throw the book at this guy. I think if he gets over here, he's going to find a noose. Yeah, dude, like the president made a statement about it. You know you fucked up if the president is saying like, hey, this ain't gonna fly. We're not gonna do this. Especially because the Philippines, you know, they've got their own shit going on. They've got their own issues. The last thing that they want to have to deal with is foreigners coming in and just being like, oh yeah, we can do whatever we want. I feel like a lot of people think too, as an American, if you've like never really traveled before, you don't know how like foreign crime works. Like, oh, I'm an American. I can go somewhere and get arrested, and they're just going to send me back to America. I'll tell you, if you are an American and you get arrested for breaking the law in a country, and you try to call the embassy for help, you know what they're going to tell you? Hey, you broke the law. You're on your own. They don't give a shit.
This means Vitaly's going to be spending minimum 2 to 3 years, assuming he beats every single charge. So as of now, he's going to be locked up in Philippines prison until either 2027 or 2028.
That's insane. 2 or 3 years just awaiting trial. Sounds about right though, honestly. Give him 20 years, let it be a lesson to future people wanting to act dumb. Election year there too. Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing too, is like these like officials are smart enough to realize that this is like becoming a trend after that fucking Johnny Somali retard. And then there's another dude, I think in Korea right now, starting to do the same thing. So they can look and see like this is going to be a trend. So if they just let him off with a slap on the wrist, they're smart enough to know that, hey, there's going to be more people coming here trying to do this.
However, let's just say he gets convicted of even one of those charges, he's going to be sentenced to another 5 years on top of his current minimum. And like I said, as of now, there's about 7 charges, which means if we do some simple math here, 7 charges times 5 years minimum per charge, he's looking at a total of 35 years if convicted, 3 years for his trial to start. He's going to be sentenced when he gets.
So I don't think that
he's going to be sentenced when he gets.
So I don't think that I don't think much time, but the way that I don't think much time, but the way that it, court systems usually work, court systems usually work is when you have that many charges, they're going to hit you with something, and the incentive that they're going to hit you with something, and the incentive that they're going to give you to agree to some charges is saying, hey, you agree to these 2, we'll drop the ones. The thing about it is you don't agree to the lesser charge, you agree to the lesser charge, you agree to the 2 worst ones, then they drop all the lesser charges. So 2 worst ones, then they drop all the lesser charges. So people say oh, it's corrupt, he might be able to buy out. The thing about that is, oh, it's corrupt, he might be able to buy out. The thing about that is that only really works if you do it before you get to these levels. Everybody knows about this now. Every single, police chief, the president. So do you really have enough money to pay all the way up if that happens? You know what I mean? I doubt it. I highly, highly doubt it. And if he can, I can't imagine what it would cost.
Entire.
What the hell? How do we have one all of a sudden? Is there still an echo? OBS just decided to add like 4 different audio channels. That's better. I think I'm lagging. Dude, sometimes, like I use OBS Studio and sometimes it'll work great. And then for some reason when we hit like 2 hours, it's lagging. Like, click. Crash. Start the stream. Okay, Ash, I think I got it now though. Everything's closed. Okay, I think I got it. Jesus. Yeah, sometimes this OBS studio is just shit. I don't know why they all suck. Should be good now, though. For fuck's sake. What the hell? Oh. Okay. I think we're good. My bad. So I've tried every... I don't really know